What is going on, everybody? My name is Lorenzo and this is Crypto with Lorenzo. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the channel if you're new. On today's video we're going to talk about Wonderland Time crypto token, what this crazy APY are, and I want to show you my personal gains on this crypto token so that also you can understand how much money you can make with a certain amount of money that you invest in. So without anything else to say, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below what you think about this token and share with all your friends so that they can also know what they could be investing on and making a ton of money. But with that being said, guys, let's go straight onto the phone as we're picking it up now. We can see from here, guys, now that we are on the Wonderland Time website. So this is the first step. First thing that I want to show you is the staking page. Well, at time of recording this video, as you can see, we have an APY of 79,000% with a incredible $1.8 billion market cap that we can see from their dashboard. I have a total stake of 0.63 Memo or time, and every 8 hours I get at 0.61% of what I stake, so 0.61% of 0.63 Memo, with my next reward being in 2 hours and 28 minutes of 0.0039 minutes. These rewards come out every 8 hours during the day, so you get 3 rewards a day. This means that in one day I am making approximately 0.012 Memo. So 1% of what I invest in, of the amount of Memo that I invest in, is what I'm making in a day. What do this number translate to if you're thinking about investing on the long term and so on? Well, let's go to the Blockfolio. Here is where I keep all of my transactions. So at current time, the Wonderland price is at 7,722, as you can see here from the screen that I am showing you. And I want to show you the profit and the loss and every numbers that you need to know for this investment. So at the current value, the market value is at $4,900. My net cost is $2,700. So these are the actual money that I invested, which I did not invest this much, and I will explain you why. But if you are interested in any other, all down below in the link in the description, you can find the calculator video on how much you can gain if you invest $100, $200. You can find the video that explains you how to use the calculator with changing the APYs and so on. You can find everything in the description, as well as my first video on Wonderland Time where I explain every detail of the numbers and the project and what it is and what it's not. So you can find everything down below in the description if you're curious. But with that being said, let's go straight back to what we were talking before, and I have a holding of 0.63 with an average net cost of 4,334, but a percentage change of 78% in the green. So I made a profit of $2,153. As you can see here, I keep always keep track of every transaction that I make, or every transaction that every 8 hours acquires. So this is one thing. Then I think here are the transactions. As you can see, they're all open. We're gonna go and close them now, and I want to show you from the beginning every single thing that I've done and every single transaction that happened during this period of me investing. So the first thing that I've done was invested $2,000. Of this $2,000, I only spent $250, as you can see down below, because I did invest in Chainlink when it was at $3. I sold Chainlink when it was at $33, so I made a 10x gains on that. And I sold for $1,800 in profit. So for a total of $2,000, my $250 investment plus the 1,800 profit that I made from that crazy, investment that I made. So I'm really happy for that. I know it's probably, Chainlink was a long-term investment, but I was like, okay, I made my money, I took my profit, and I want to change project and see what there is out there. The next thing I've done, I invested, I believe, $64 for buying more time because I had some spare money, and I've done that. Oh, sorry, here is 2 other transactions. I've done that. So the next thing is the first reward I got with only the 2,000, but we don't count this, was a $13.40. So this is making 0.001735 time every 8 hours. If this is, this can also be a lot of money for people, for somebody especially. So if you end up just investing $2,000, which is more or less 30% of the coin now, you will be making every 8 hours, so 3 times a day, you will be making $13.40. If we translate this, you're making $40 a day for free, because every 8 hours you make $13.40. Multiply that by 3, which is the time you get the rewards, and you make $40 a day. Now the rewards are calculated as we saw before with the next reward yield. The second to last brackets, as you can see here, is 0.61%. This means that every 8 hours I make 0.61% of what I invested in, meaning that in 24 hours I make 1.8% of my investment every day. Remember that banks give you 1% interest if you're lucky in a year. With this, you make 1.8% interest in 24 hours. So this is the good thing. And then after this, I was like, wow, this actually works. So the same day, I went to buy on October 26th, as you can see here at 9 p.m., I went to buy more $600 worth of time, which from this $600, it was $128 was out of pocket and $500 were from stacking other coins. I stack Matic, I stack Zilliqa, which is a great coin. Links are down below if you're interested in stacking Zilliqa. I made a lot of stacking rewards from that. I used to stack Zilliqa and I used to get Zilliqa rewards and GZIL rewards as well. So that's all the money that went into here. And that is why my upfront cost, and you can see also here, there is another payment the next day. I was like, this is working. Let's put another $800 in. These were made from, as you can see down below, there is my note from Matic. Matic was a coin that I bought very cheap from stacking Zilliqa. So the Zilliqa stacking rewards that I made, I used to sell them for USDT. With those USDT, I used to buy Matic, and then I sold Matic in profit to buy more time. So a lot of this money came here from stacking rewards. So for free, my upfront cost of payment from my pocket is only around $378 for all of this amount of money. The others are from stacking reward, and this is why I like stacking rewards, and this is why I like the stacking system and everything to it. But let's go and look at the first reward that I made here. We are starting after I put all the money that I had from stacking and so on. My first reward here. So let's go to the first day. As you can see here, it's on the top now. The first three columns here. October 28th is when I made my first day without adding any more money and just seeing how much money I would make from this compounded interest and every 8 hours. So as you can see here, the first transaction I ever got was 0.0029 time token or Memo, which equates to $22. Now keep in mind $22 is what I made on October 28th. Time of recording this video is November 11. So this is approximately two weeks, more or less, 3 weeks, 2 weeks I would say, of making money every 8 hours. Now, remember, $22, and already this is a lot of money. $22 3 times a day means 22 times 22 plus 22 plus 22, 3 times a day, of a grand total of $66, 67 with a cent if we count them as well. $66 a day. Multiply that by 30, which are the days in a normal month. 6 by 3, 18. So more or less, I'm already making here $2,000 a month by doing completely nothing. Every 8 hours, I make $22, but now I'm making $2,000 a month. Now I want to show you the compounded interest magic, which is what all of this is all about. October 29, I am starting to make $22.68, $22.88, and then we go to $23.88. So we're up $1 on every 8-hour transaction. Then the next day, October 30, we are here at $23.35, $23.56. On October 31st, we are at $23.51. Then on October 31st, the second patch in the afternoon at $23.74, $24.13 on the evening. So we're from 22 already, 24 in 1 day. This is, no, sorry, 2 days, 2-day transaction. Every day I make an extra dollar, for example. Let's put it in that perspective, okay? And then the compounded magic keeps on coming. Let's move on to November 1st, okay? So the beginning of November, as you can see here, we put them at the beginning. The first transaction of November 1st, I made $24.24. The afternoon transaction, as they occur every 8 hours, I make $24.39. In the evening, I make $24.32. This is because the price went down, the price went up, and the APY went down. But we're still talking about 70,000% APY. On November 2, we start to make 0.0031 time, so it equivalates to $24. Remember, this is 0.003. When I started the compounded interest on October 28, I was making 0.0029. Fast forward 3 days, I'm already making 0.0031. And then it keeps on growing and growing. November 2, as you can see here, the last transaction $24. November 3, I make 25 in the morning, 25.20 in the afternoon, 25.30 in the evening. Then we go on November 4, and here we are again. We are at 25, 25, 25, as you can see, and we keep on rising. The price, the amount of time we are getting keeps on rising. Now we're at 0.003343. Fast forward to today, as you can see, these are all the transactions from all the other days, November 8, November 9, November 11, and so on, November 12, and so on. So what are we making? Yesterday was the last full day, for example. What did we make? Well, in the morning we made 0.0038. We started with 0.0029. So now we already make 0.0038, a 0.001 extra every 8 hours, which is something incredible. And we started, as we said, on November 28 with $22 every 8 hours for a grand total of $66 a day. Multiply that more or less to $2,000 a month of doing possibly nothing. Now, we are making, as of yesterday, $29. So, adding the cent all together and, taking out all the difficulties, we are making $30 every 8 hours, from 22 to $30 in a matter of 12 days. We went up rising to $30 every 8 hours, times that 3 is $90 a day. Okay, $90 a day times 30 days in a year, 9, 18, 27, $2,700 a month by doing completely nothing. And this, this is in 2 weeks. In the next 2 weeks, probably at the end of the month, if the market stays the same, the price stays the same, and so on, the APY and so on, I would be making around $3,500 a month by doing completely nothing, just getting rewards. And these rewards here, as you see, $30, for example, today, these rewards here are from the current market price, because they are the current value, so it will always fluctuate. If it goes down, the current value will go down, and it will be that in that day I would make less. But if the price of Wonderland, for example, now it's at 7.01, so the transaction, of course, from $30 it went down to $29.95. But if the price of Wonderland goes all the way up to 10,000 again, so from 7,000 to 10,000, I would have made a grand total. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. The grand total I would have put at, instead of $30, it would probably be $35 every 8 hours. So that is something incredible, something amazing, and this is the magic of the compounded interest. But guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit more. Everything, other information, all the other information, you can find them down below in the link in the description for you to learn how to use the calculator, and also for you to know how to, all the basic of the Wonderland time token and what it does, what's the fork from, and so on. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I see you all in tomorrow's video. Ciao, ciao.